Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll ask, not all of them are relevant, but I have a few here. So, yeah, how did you first find me? Was it Instagram, YouTube? Like, what was the t first touch point?
Instagram,
Instagram, perfect.
Instagram, and watching a lot of your testimonial videos.
Okay, testimonials, yeah. And is that what made you kind of finally like reach out?
Like,
Like,
yeah, that probably made me believe in it when I
yeah.
saw more and more testimonials
Hmm.
and
And then,
saw some of your own videos of you were moving, and particularly knowing that you'd been through it.
yeah, yeah.
That was quite a selling point. And
And then
then
I,
obviously we spoke.
yeah, of course. And then you had obviously tried other stuff. I know that, you don't have to ask that question. Oh, and then hesitation was price. I know was
Hesitation at the
one.
time for us was price,
Yep,
and obviously it's a big commitment with no necessarily guarantee.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
you also don't know what you're going to get for it, right? Like
Hmm.
it's new. Like I'd pay it again though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
knowing what I've been through now and
yeah.
knowing what I know more now, and you getting me through that position. I'm gutted to be in the situation that I'm in, but I know that's not down to you not telling me
Yeah,
what to do. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
me not maybe being careful enough of training those things when I'm now not in pain.
For
And
sure, for
so
sure.
it's not, that's like standard stuff, isn't it? When you're not in pain, you don't train those things. Like
Yeah,
most
you're like,
people,
oh, I'm good. Yeah,
yeah, I'm good now. I don't
yeah,
need to think about it. No, you idiot. This is what's
yeah,
got you out of pain. So
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
is like life as any person that goes into training or sports, right? So
100%.
um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
So
so I would say the only hesitation was probably like not knowing what the virtual stuff would be like as well.
yeah, yeah.
And then what I really liked very quickly is the level of scrutiny and feedback on the short
Mm,
videos
mm-hmm,
and the zoom in and the
mm-hmm,
slowing down. And then
mm-hmm,
you're going, see what you're doing here. Look at that
mm-hmm,
back. I need you to not do that. I need you to do this, this, and
mm-hmm,
this.
mm-hmm,
Because that you don't even get when you do PT sessions in live.
mm-hmm.
They try
Yeah,
to do it. They don't really even go to that level of detail.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
a level of detail that I was like, this guy really knows.
Okay,
That's what
got
I
it,
bought. Like, I really liked about it.
got it, got it.
Yeah,
So,
like really specifics.
so do you think that if someone was making a decision and they were looking at my stuff, if I was able to display that before they even purchased, that it would increase the
Yeah, hundred
likelihood?
percent,
Like you're like,
100%.
oh wow, this is crazy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah,
breaking it
hundred
down.
percent.
Yeah,
Because I didn't know you were going to do those videos. I didn't know that's how it would be feedback wise. Like, I'd
yeah,
upload and you'd be like criticizing or analyzing and
yeah,
going, right, this movement now you need to go back to step what I don't know how you call the levels, but level three,
yeah,
and you were like, no,
yeah,
don't move out of level three, Kieran. Your bird dog is shit,
yeah.
basically,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
And it's that, and it was like, no, no, zoom in. Look how you're
Mhm.
moving there. Your spine's gone out. Watch my spine.
Yeah,
Have the
yeah,
two screens next to each other.
yeah, yeah,
Over even those little things, you're like, wow, man, this is so detailed. Like, this
yeah,
is really good. This is what I need
yeah.
because
Okay.
those are the things that educate us and go, oh, okay, I get that.
Yeah, I love that. No, I appreciate that. So then, when I remember having this discussion, remember it very clearly with you. But ultimately, when you decided to say yes, like what convinced you? Like what helped you make the decision?
Um, I think, well, you obviously did me a deal when you gave me an extra month or something like that. That definitely was a sweetener because it felt like you were going out of your way to make it work for what I was going to get back.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, look, he really wants to help. Like, I'm buying into this. And you also, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you said money back guarantee. I don't know what you said, but I'm sure you said something like,
Yeah.
if there is no difference, then I will, if you follow the rules and you do your training and you do
Hmm.
this, then I'll give you the money back myself. Like,
Yeah.
but you've got to do your bit. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, then I've got nothing to lose
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember that.
because
That's good.
all I've got to do is do my bit. So,
Yeah. Okay. So
because
the
people will
guarantee.
be, yeah, yeah, because people will be like that. I mean, why would you not? When
Yeah.
someone's telling you that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that shows that they're confident about what they're doing.
Yeah. 100%.
Because
I
they're
love
like,
that.
I'm so confident that as long as you do your thing, and that was good as well. It wasn't like I'll give you money back. No, it wasn't. It was like I will give you your money back, but you've got to pull your finger out and listen to what I'm telling
Yes.
you. Because if you
Yes.
don't do your bit, there's no money back.
Yeah.
You've got to do
100.
your bit, and it was almost like someone holding you to account. And when you do
Mm.
that, I think you almost like buy into it more because someone's serious about what that you need to do as a responsibility. Like
Yeah.
you're like, shit,
Yeah.
I need to be responsible for me.
Yeah. So passing that on to you, like I'll show you, but you got to show up for yourself, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not. And I think for where I was at the time, I was so desperate. I was so down because I had that whole massive holiday and it ruined like 4 weeks of our travel.
Hmm.
Um, Mentally, I think the mental side of it as well, I kind of bought into quite a lot because that was a journey to go through that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I think that support and going, right, what's your personal goals? Initially, I was a bit like, why are we talking about these personal goals? But
Hmm.
when you do it, you're like, do you know what? I get it now because actually, from that, when you're in that state, it can really take over your life.
Hmm.
It feels like
Hmm.
a disability, having a back pain.
Yeah.
Those back
Yeah.
issues, they feel like disabilities. You
Yeah.
feel so,
100%.
and it can mentally really hurt. Like
Hmm.
mentally, it's a tough challenge, and I think unless people really have been through it, they don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
100%.
that's the other thing is like I've been there. I've wore I've been there. I've wore those shoes before. Like I know it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Right.
that was like that connection, like you've been through it type thing.
Yeah, yeah, 100%,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
No, I love that. Very briefly, man, talk to me. I mean, we mentioned about the detail as far as like the breaking down the film, we'll call it.
Yeah, yeah.
What were some of the biggest breakthroughs that you had throughout the thing? Like, what specific parts helped the most of the program?
Um,
So it's like workouts, accountability, mindset, lifestyle changes.
yeah, I think the consistency. I think the
Okay.
consistency and the very individual feedback in that it was like you can't move on to that next stage yet. You
Mm,
do another week here. Or Kieran, you missed a couple of workouts here. I need you to do another week on this.
mm, mm.
So it wasn't like I've got a script and you're just going to follow it.
Got it. So it's the
Because I feel like when it's like
customization.
that, yeah, because I feel like when it's like that, you don't feel like it's personal and you'll feel
Mhm.
like, well, I could literally just be another number on his books. He's
Yeah,
just telling me to do the same routine. I'm telling that him that exercise hurts and there's
yeah,
no tweak on the next week. I'm still doing the same exercise.
yeah,
But it was
yeah,
never like that. You were like, no, no, now I'm in stage 3. Now I'm in, version 4 or whatever it was.
yeah,
And you were like, no, go back to level 2.
yeah,
So it was that constant like review of what we were doing because then you can see the progress as well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that progression keeps you going because you're like, I'm in less pain. I'm moving more. I'm now going to the gym. I feel good. In fact, these workouts just crawling around the bloody house is hurting. Like, all those things. I'm like, shit, I'm so tired now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and you're like, okay, you're doing these weird exercises, but actually you're buying into it because you're in less pain.
yeah, 100%. I
The,
love
mo-
that.
the biggest thing the biggest thing you buy into is that you're in less pain,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're in less
Hmm.
pain. You're moving more. You're more
Hmm.
free. You're
Hmm.
doing the things that you want to do daily, and you're recognizing that you're in less pain. Of
Yeah,
course, you're going to buy into that.
yeah, yeah,
What I
100%.
think, what I think you probably could do is just get people to vouch for you more. Because I mean, I've been your biggest supporter, and I think
Hmm.
if you've got people on the bench, I'm happy to have a 5 minute, 10 minute call with people and be like, "This is
Hmm.
my experience. Take it or leave it. Like the money's there, but you know what? Like it's worth it. I'm telling you now.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I appreciate that,
This
brother.
is
That's
my
big time.
experience. This is what I did." And even if it means that you ask me to do that, twice a month or 3 times, I'm not really
Mhm.
bothered. It's 10 minutes. I can do that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate that. That's big time. Yeah,
Because
I've
it's
def
like I think that does make a difference,
Mhm.
particularly depending on who it is.
Yeah, of course.
But like, I think people would buy into that because obviously
Yeah,
there's people might be thinking, oh, what's in it for Kieran? Like, he's fucking getting some
yeah,
freebies.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
aside from that, you'll know when someone's bullshitting
Yep.
because you can kind of feed off it and ask questions to kind of find out a bit more. And
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
they have to make up minds for themselves.
Yep.
But if I'm sitting there going, look, I would do it again. If I'm in that pain again, I'm paying that money again
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
need that fucking support.
yeah, yeah. 100%.
You know.
So okay, so that
But
support.
the likelihood is, what I like about you is that you don't actually want the patient to come back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh, well, it's a one time only, mate. I don't want repeat customers.
Yeah, exactly,
It's like, and that's
exactly.
a good thing because you're like the commitment is there.
Hmm.
I've been able
Hmm.
to pick up the phone with you about my ACLs. I've been able to pick up the phone today.
Hmm.
The commitment's there. You're like,
Hmm.
no, no, I don't want you back on my books.
Hmm.
Like, you go and get me 10 more customers, but don't come back to me because
Yeah,
I wanted
exactly.
to win with you.
Yeah, I want you to be
You
better.
know,
I don't want you
Yeah,
to come back.
exactly. So it was
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's like, he bought, I don't want, he doesn't want you to come back and be in pain again.
yeah,
But what he does want you to do is shout about how good he is.
yeah.
So you can get another 10 customers this month.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I love that. So then was there any thinking about the program specifically, you talked about the consistency and stuff like that. Was there any like mindset shifts that made a big difference in your success?
Never train through pain.
Mm,
Big one. Big, 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 big one.
mm,
Never ever just touch it and run away. Touch it and run away. That was a big
mm,
one.
mm,
Because you get different messages sometimes and you're never sure. I think really understanding around like the intricacies around this is not mindset, but this is more about the detail of training of like your flexion is not quite there, but in that moment
mm,
you can move this. So that was like
mhm,
that specifics, but that's not mindset. I would say the biggest thing was not training through pain, being consistent, um, trying not to be scared, like
mm,
build confidence and don't be fearful because you're not in pain right now, so there's nothing to fear.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
keep, you're not quite sure what's going to trigger the thing,
Mm-hmm.
but listen to your body. And it was like I don't think there was anything. So I'm quite motivated, right?
Yeah, you're super
And
motivated. Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I've been through a lot of fucking shit. And
Yeah.
the reality is, there's not many people that have had the number of injuries I've had. Like to go
Yeah.
back in to play football again, right?
Yeah.
Second game and 10,
Yeah.
both. Mate, I've got, as I told you, like, I've got both ACLs gone, my meniscus is both torn, and medial ligaments are both grade two.
I know, brother.
It's like a shot there. There's a shit show. Like when I spoke to my consultant, he was like, "Oh my god, I've never had anyone do this in a single incident." Right?
That's
And
crazy.
I'm like, I've just been through the back stuff. I've just gotten over it after 6 months, and then this happens a year later. Like, what the hell? You can't
Hmm.
write it.
Hmm.
But so there has to be a certain mindset. Like, you have to be able to really be quite tough and
Yeah.
be disciplined about what you're going to do. And I think ultimately, you almost want to avoid those customers that are just not serious, because
Hmm.
you're never going to be able to make them. Even if they pay the money, it's great, but they're just not going to be any good for you, because they're not going to
Hmm.
see the difference, because they don't fucking do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And they just
100%.
moan about the pain and they're not doing anything. So you're actually not interested in that,
Yeah,
because they're
100%.
not gonna be batting they're not gonna fly your flag,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
ones that are
exactly.
the ones that are actually going to commit to the training.
Yeah, 100%. So on that note, I appreciate that so much because it kind of leads naturally to this next question here is around like investing in this, right? So looking back, um, you obviously said, hey, like, this is an investment. Okay, we take care of it. Before that, had you invested in other coaching, therapy, treatments? And if
Well,
yes,
I
which
mean,
I know you have,
if yeah, like man,
what's different about this compared to like other investments that you've done on your
I
body?
mean, if I counted up how much money I've spent on osteos and physios, it would superly outweigh what I've spent on you.
Hmm.
And has it got me in a better position doing your stuff? 100%. So actually,
So
that might
what
be
was the
another way
biggest
to spin
difference,
it.
would you say? What was the biggest difference like between all that stuff
Well,
and then what
all
we
the other
did?
stuff is just quick. The other stuff is just like quick fix.
Mm,
It's like, I'm going to make you feel better for the next few days, because I'm going to put some injections in and I'm going to stretch you out and you're going to go away. But it wasn't long term education.
hmm.
It wasn't long term. These are the muscles that are weak in your body.
Mm,
These are the imbalances. This is what you need to do.
got it.
Yours was so much more specific. Theirs is much more YouTube search, Google search,
Hmm.
generic stuff that you can find out yourself.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Right? There's stuff that you
Yeah.
can go online. There's loads of YouTube things. If I've got a bit of back pain or my shoulders hurting or I've got a tennis elbow, there's exercises I can find online. Right?
Yeah.
I
True.
don't really need the physio to tell me. I can find it myself.
Hmm. That's true.
It's
That is
it's
true.
more the specifics. It's more the specifics. And actually, that might be a way in for you customer wise on the cost, because if I count, I mean, here where you spend anywhere between 60 and 70, 80 quid on a physio, osteo an hour or
Hmm.
45 minutes.
Hmm.
So times that by 10, that's 700, 800 quid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, there's multiple people that would have done about 50 sessions.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
massively outweighs what you're charging.
Yeah.
And they're still
100%.
not better. They're still in a situation where they're in pain. So that
Yeah.
hasn't worked. What it's done is help them and soothe them, and it's worked in a period, but it
Yeah.
hasn't actually trained them to
Yeah.
better understand
Hasn't
their
solved
body.
the problem at all. Yeah.
No, it hasn't
That's true.
educated them.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
like someone else is just trying to fix you for a bit, and they're putting
Hmm.
plasters on it, but they're not actually educating you
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
understand what's wrong. Not what's wrong, but what is imbalanced
Yeah.
and not strong enough in your body,
For sure. For sure.
and
So
what
then
may have triggered this.
in that same notion, like if someone was on the fence because of time or money, what would you say to them now? Like what would you tell them?
I mean, I would just say, look, if you're in that much pain, you just need to fucking get it done. Like, what? There's nothing to say, right? Like, you need to try it. Like, I think people will buy into it more if you're, I guess, willing to do a bit more of a trial basis,
Hmm.
so they can start seeing it.
Hmm.
Because, like, it's less commitment, right? If you're super confident, you may say, give me a month and I'll do it at X amount. You know that you've already got most of that prep work there. So yes, it's
Hmm.
your time, but you're buying into the longer
Hmm.
and all 3 weeks, because there needs to be enough time so that they do feel a difference.
Correct. Yeah.
But when they buy into it, they'll be like, why would I stop this now?
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, that's how I would feel. I'd be like, fucking
Yeah.
hell, this is working. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. Exactly. Once they
Where
start
could I
feeling,
be
yeah.
in? Yeah, where could I be in 3 months? Brilliant.
Yeah. Exactly. No,
So
for
maybe
sure.
there's a way of going, like, I can just give you this and you need to just stay with me for 2 weeks and I'll show you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you've
Kind of
got to
like
commit.
that entryway. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that. A few more questions and we'll wrap. This is more to refine the program for people like you. So I'd love to know. These are very lifestyle specific questions. So remind me what you do for work and how does it impact your back health, or how has it in the past?
So I'm in construction, but I'm at the desk most of the
Yep.
time at the laptop.
Yep.
Walking around's fine, but my back health is obviously poor because I'm at the desk.
Yep. Yep.
And
Okay.
I'd say that would probably be from your YouTube and your Instagram stuff, definitely your Instagram. That might be a point of like really
Yeah.
attacking some videos,
Oh yeah.
because how many fucking people are working from home, man? Everyone's in the job.
Brother.
Like you
This
need
is
to be at the
yeah.
desk pretending and
Yeah.
being like, my back's
Yeah.
hurting.
Yeah.
Who
No,
else is feeling
100%.
like this, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone's feeling like that every day. They're swiping through Instagram and everyone's probably
Yeah.
sitting at their fucking desk at home.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I love that. So then how would
And
you
I know the other
okay.
thing, I think that microdose thing is massive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe doing a bit of maybe doing some stuff around that. That was a real
Hmm.
mindset shift of going, well, I don't need to train all the time, but this microdose is almost like really giving me good back health.
Hmm. Hmm. Just these little
You
things.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but that might be something that you can tag into like you're sitting at your desk all the time kind
Mhm.
of clips, I
Yeah, like
guess.
what can you do, and then I can show myself. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that. How would you describe your daily stress levels?
Mate, my work is so super stressful, man. It's like 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
I knew that
My work
already.
is always like that.
Yeah, I knew that already. And then I know you're super active, brother. Just give me the list of, like, gym, football, like all the
Yeah,
sports that
I
you've
mean,
done.
all the stuff that I used to do,
Yeah,
football,
before and leading
cricket.
up to
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah.
used to play squash. Um, like I said, football, cricket, tennis, but
Hmm.
mainly football and cricket were my
Hmm.
two. And then
Hmm.
obviously going to the gym like 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
super active.
I'm walking.
Yeah, yeah. But no, you were at the gym. You were there.
I'm
You're
gonna
at the
go back
gym.
to the gym
Yeah,
to be
you're at the
honest.
gym. So,
Yeah, yeah.
like, besides the fact that, like, okay, you blew out your ACLs, your knees are gone, all that. You were making an attempt to back to football.
Mate, if it was no, I did like because
You
you
did,
know
yeah, but then it was like,
when we finished, it was like maybe May or June.
hmm, yeah,
May 23 we finished, right?
yeah, around that, yeah,
So I think it was around May 23. I played football from August. In fact, we must have gone until June at least, because
yeah,
I played football from August 23. I remember it fondly. August 23, you told me to play with players shitter than me, and
yeah,
I needed to be the best player on the pitch. And I listened because I went to I wasn't the best player, but I was one of the best players.
yeah, yeah.
And I went to, and I got invited after to play with my old mates. And I was like, no, I'm staying here. I'm all right. And I played about 15, 20 times since August
Nice.
23 till about December when I did my back in the gym.
Hmm.
The back in the gym, I should have known better because I was on a 24-hour flight to Fiji.
Yeah, so it was
And
just,
then
yeah,
went 2 days later, I went into the gym like an
yeah,
idiot and went
yeah.
for it hard. I was like throwing out squats, like
Yeah,
dumbbells like
yeah,
this, went on
yeah,
the rowing machine, pop.
yeah,
And
yeah,
there was
yeah,
no surprise. Like, why
yeah.
would I think that
And
I was
you're like,
okay to
huh?
do that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
got it.
so I didn't listen. I didn't even think about, because I wasn't in pain at the time. I didn't think,
Hmm.
and I just went for it.
Hmm.
But the football. I mean, that period, I was like fully fit, man. There
Nice,
was
nice. Yeah,
there was zero back pain,
nice,
zero knee
nice.
pain. The other thing I felt like, one of the things that was really positive about your thing was it wasn't actually just getting me fit in my back. I
Hmm.
felt like I actually got strong.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like my arms looked better. I lost a bit of weight. My core strength was good.
Hmm.
And I was actually getting strong in my legs. And when I told my current physio for my knees what exercise I've been doing, he actually attributed the fact that I could still walk after the ACLs based on what training I was doing with those little
Hmm.
following step ups.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
telling him all these things I was doing, like what's the one that you lift up your toes?
Tibialis raise, tip
Tibialis
raise.
raise,
Yeah,
all that stuff. Yeah, the tib raises, the
yeah,
follicling steps, whatever,
yeah.
all that stuff. He was like, man, you've been doing all this. How the hell have you torn your ACLs? And he was like, those are great. And he said, you know what though, Kieran, I think those saved you. Those things
Mm.
are why I think you're strong enough to walk around and function,
You could still go. Yeah,
because
yeah.
your ACLs are not there. So you're not relying on that. You're
Hmm.
working so many other muscle groups.
Hmm.
And I think for me personally, because I'd had the knee stuff, this wasn't doing your training didn't just go, oh, I'm just going to get your back better, but I'm not going to have you strong anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah,
This was actually a full body workout, like the
yeah.
shoulders, even doing this stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was
Hmm.
hurting. I was
Hmm.
like, shit, I look all right, and I'm not even
Yeah,
lifting any weights.
yeah, brother.
You know,
I
so
love that you
it
said
was like
that.
the feedback on that.
Yeah, I love
So
that you said that. Yeah, that's a big part of the program, man. You sell people what they want, and then you give them what they need, which is like we got to take care of the whole body, right? So,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And it definitely, you definitely feel like that. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
well, why am I doing this?
that's
And
I
that
love that.
in the first instance, you probably don't get it.
Yeah. No, you
But
don't.
then
Yeah.
you start thinking about maybe, oh, this is linked to this and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It starts to build in your mind. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, man, taking this time. One thing, what do you feel is still missing and could be improved with the program?
Um,
Be as critical as you want. This is probably the most important stuff you can give me right now.
hmm, that's an odd question. I actually don't know. I personally struggled with trying to connect with your WhatsApp groups and your the
Hmm.
video calls and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
Maybe that's not a criticism to you, that was me being time poor. And
Hmm.
I wonder if there's a way of making it more accessible for those that are time poor.
Hmm. Hmm. I
Whether
love
it
that.
is like a podcast recording
I love
so that
that.
you can listen to it in the car.
Hmm.
You've done this
Hmm.
live talk, it's great, but I haven't got time
Hmm.
to watch this video even. But in the
Hmm.
car, I'll put my headphones on. Everyone listens
Hmm.
to podcasts when they go to the gym and walk. Right, I'm
Hmm.
going to listen to Darcy interviewing this guy
Mm.
because it's going to be good for my back. I'm just going to
Yeah.
listen to it as a video, as a clip on the phone,
Yeah.
not watch it because I haven't got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I
And I
love
was
that.
always time poor, so I think I didn't even really connect any of that.
Hmm.
And
I love
actually,
that.
maybe that is something that would
Yeah.
add value.
I love that. That's real nice. That's real nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Because
don't really know what else to be honest, as I was struggling, but
no,
it was good.
no.
So
That's a great point because I like the trend tends to be with the people like you, and again, you're the type of client I want. You're all time poor, right? That's like a big thing. So, I really like that. Is like making it more of like a hey, accessible anytime. So that's big time. If you had to describe your journey from pain to success in one sentence, what would it be?
like I'd say, I don't know, I'd just be like back education. Like that's what it was. It was just like
Nice,
core back education. It was like learn about your back and learn about your body and learn
nice.
how to move it properly.
Yeah, yeah, I love it, man. That's all the questions I have, brother. Is it cool if I again, I know you already gave me a testimonial, but if I need to use this, can I use it as a
Yeah, man,
obviously
use whatever you want.
not the first part, obviously, but the the
Yeah, yeah,
question
yeah.
part. Yeah.
Not me doing the
Yeah.
coaching thing.
Hey, look at it. Like, what is this? What's this guy doing? Like, what's going on here? I mean, that could be me.
He's not
Hey,
even moving. Yeah, he's not even moving.
I'm breaking you down though. I'm giving you
Yeah.
feedback. So, but you put that if I use, I don't know if I will, but
I don't care. That's it,
yeah,
mate. I'm just thankful that I can always call upon you. So
of course, brother. Yeah,
I've always got time for you. You tell me what you need, I'm always there.
I appreciate it. And I really appreciate you saying that. Like, if you need a little push,
Yeah, man.
'cause-
If it needs a little selling, I'm happy to be like vouch your
yeah,
corner. Because to be fair, I wouldn't say that if I didn't believe it.
yeah,
And I feel like I'm a very frank, upfront person.
yeah,
If I think something, I want to say it.
yeah,
I feel I'm very honest, and so I would not be blowing smoke up your ass if I didn't think you were good.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
I'm happy to vouch for you because I know you're good.
Appreciate it, brother. I really do appreciate that. Let me know if you have any questions about the pure formas. Like I said, I'll send you the playlist again so you have those movements. Like I said, I would do glute bridge, dead bug, side plank, and then bird dog. I would just do those, and I'd
Yeah,
add those
fine.
to your microdose. I'll send you the
What
video again.
about the? Do you think the other microdoses carry on or not? No, just do those as
Yeah, I
microdose.
would just focus on those for now. Let's
What
focus
about
mainly.
the hip flexor? Open that up.
If you wanted to, the
It does
only
feel like it releases a bit.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So you could do that one. That's the couch stretch. If you want to do that,
Yeah,
that'll work.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll send you the workouts. Essentially those plus the couch stretch. So and then I would just stop focusing on mobilizing the lower lumbar. Let's just focus on some stability and some glute activation.
yeah. Fine.
You front stretch out the front, and then you're doing obviously the pigeon stuff and some of those other things. Just focus on that. At least 2 times a day, at least. You can do
Yeah,
more, and then listen to your body. Obviously, if you go to do the third one and you're like, I'm feeling kind of, just don't do it.
yeah.
Just
Then just
rest.
ease off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah. Then just let me know. Let me know how it goes.
Cool. Wicked.
Yeah.
Thanks, Darcy, man.
All right,
Appreciate you.
brother. Appreciate you,
Cheers,
man.
bro.
All
Take
right.
care, man.
Bye
Have a
bye.
good one.